Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew.
That name sounds familiar. Why does that name sound familiar?
Title and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
All right. That seems unfair.
The room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
Did you set up a timeline? I don't think you did.
Whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
I think you would have to legally set like a time limit on that, like a month, a year, 10 years within the lifetime of a person who just was born. In any case, hello there, and welcome to Blueprints, a game that just came out today as of recording and hopefully posting if I get all my things together. I'm Eric with Perspective Gaming, and this is a new indie game that's been getting a lot of good buzz in the sort of beta test spheres. Bye! Oh, that counted as like one of my 50 rooms. I didn't mean it. I don't know anything about this game really, other than the basic premise, and that it's a roguelike or roguelite. I don't even remember which off the top of my head, but basically it's getting huge press. I love indie games, and let's go. And I already wasted one of my 50 steps up there walking outside. So I might as well make the best of it and see what's outside. Huh, okay. Looking like there will be stuff here. So yeah, obviously Blueprints, a homophone for blueprints, the things you write plans on, which is what this game is somewhat about. You are building the house as you explore it on a set of blueprints. That's about as far as I know. So we'll get to the mechanic here sometime and learn together, but my curiosity has gotten the best of me once again. I like the style. I like the sort of Borderlands-y comic book textures, lines, and shapes. That's a pretty weird silhouette, a word that I just almost mispronounced horribly, of the house. Pretty odd. Oh, the steel door. An iron door. There's a reference for the 5 people in my D&D group. Only, I think, 2 of whom occasionally watch my videos. Thanks, guys. I poke fun. Loved my D&D group. Hope we can do that again sometime. Oop. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth by your great-uncle's will, you're not allowed to stay overnight in the estate. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint map. This can be accessed by picking up the blueprint in the access hall. Okay, so this is where we're going to wake up from here on out. Is that the end of this map? Ooh. Oh. Any clues around for that, or is that something for later playthroughs? You guys will have to apologize. You will have to accept my apology. I love these sort of big puzzly games, but I am the single worst person on earth at noticing small details. So if you see me doing, like, not noticing a huge clue that's obvious, I apologize. It's just not how my brain works. I am big picture, man. I have a big picture plan. Open only in the event of my death, which we can presume has happened. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy. I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in the days of lost summer. I'm just going with it. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been farther from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off. You may not stay overnight. I do not suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the success of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Blueprints. Bloop. Antechamber. From its root meaning the room before, all signs and paths point towards the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room resting on the 9th rank may prove... That's the most anime sentence I've ever heard. May prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone to enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and 46. The rooms are ranked. Alright, so let's... Oop, hello. Search the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 foot. When you have no longer any feet left, you will have to walk around on your stub legs. You will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Ace of Spades. Queen of Spades. Clock. Hello, sir? Well, the most direct path is a straight line, which will surely definitely also be true here. Closet, 2 items. Bedroom, whenever you enter this room, gain 2 feet. So we wanted that to be a room we pass through more often than not, I guess. Or a hallway, nothing, but it does open more paths. Oh, I'm down to 44. Oh boy. Let's just do a closet and see what kind of items we can expect. This is a first run. It's a roguelite. We're not gonna beat it on the first time. Metal detector, greater chance of finding keys and coins. So it is very much sort of the, like, Slay the Spire kind of, you get artifacts and everything, but also it's a escape the room puzzle solver. I love that. Den, a gem, and several doors. Guest bedroom would lock me off really badly, so let's not do that. we could do a nook and get a key. Let's do a nook and get a key. Super cool. What a fun idea. Metal detector booping. Okay, so that's how the metal detector works. Journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. Pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. So I think that's why we call it I would call it sort of a roguelite, is my understanding is you can kind of get accustomed to the puzzles or something. So it's like, you don't necessarily keep stuff with you. Actually, we might with the gems. We shouldn't. Because it said nothing should be brought out with us. Corridor is always left unlocked. Can they be locked later? Parlor has a puzzle piece, but I don't know that we want to go that way. Hallway, parlor, corridor. Okay. I like having the map there. Can I... Okay, you must select one. I like the corridor here, even though I don't know exactly what it means. What a beautiful game. What nice design choice. Ooh, bat! Ooh, bat! Oh, I want this. I want that one less. Lavatory, spare Points if you get that reference. And a storeroom, which will have lots of stuff, but end this path. Why is the lavatory... It's also an end to a path, but it doesn't say it has stuff, which has me curious about it. First time is the time for exploration. Why is this? Is it just not a very good room that you shouldn't use? And now it's gone at least? Or... HSS... Huh. Mysterious. Can I open anything? Doesn't really look like it. Alright. Let's keep exploring. We are degrading rapidly. We are already down to 36. I want the pantry so we can start curving towards the correct direction. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 feet steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Got my notepad right here. Skip past all of my drawings of boobs. Where'd my pencils go? What the heck? I am back. So, 5 app, 5 banan, 5 oranges. Obviously that makes me think of the apple trees we had back in the exterior, but I don't know. I'll decide if I want to go back or not. Some coins. So we've got keys, gems, and coins. Apple. Oh, ooh. Okay, so if you eat fruit, you get extra steppies. Let's go check. It might be a waste of steppies, but let's go see if 555 is the code to that fruit orchard back there. Oh, I didn't even see this door. Hello. Oh, it's 4 numbers. That doesn't help. That immediately kind of invalidates everything. Interesting. Okay. It was worth exploring, even though we lost a bunch of steps doing it. It's not like we were going to get there the first try anyways. Alright, here we are. Go back here, over here, and we do not want to close ourselves off. Security. View all inventory of all current items currently in the house. Spare room or chapel. Whenever you enter the chapel, lose money. You have to tithe in the chapel. Okay, red background seems to be negative room, and the lavatory is negative in that it's just not an escape route. That seems to be the thing. Gem requirement for security. Okay. Spare room. Ooh, metal detector paying off. Okay, so now we know that items can be in rooms where you aren't told, and they can be in just like random corners and stuff. So that's good to know. Courtyard gem requirement. Spare room, bedroom, whenever you enter. So does gem requirement mean you have to spend a gem just to build it? And if so, how is a green different? I just want the bedroom for now. Wait. No, okay. I was just curious about the process of could you just walk in and out and get an infinite. I didn't figure, but I was curious. Greetings from Reddington. Gem. Gems also do not trigger metal detector, which is logical. That's an origami crane. That makes me think of other games. Hello. Moon. So yeah, we do want to be treating this kind of like a point-and-click escape the room game because there will be little hints and things around. Nice top hat. Had a very specific taste in art, didn't they? Oh boy, I don't like any of these rooms. Okay. Well, the storeroom just locks me in, and the kitchen also locks me in, even though there's food for sale. So we have to do We can't. That's also bad. We're done. All right, we lost our first run apparently. Well, that's what I get for closing off the very first room with the closet, but oh, see, here's a clue. An angelic farmer is one. Okay, so 4, 6. Angelic chef. So I don't know if these are going to stay the same throughout runs because we're definitely lost this run. But I'm going to write down, moving the microphone out of the way really quick. I'll be right back. 2 is there not a 2? 2 is our chef. 3 is our farmer with the white-haired angel farmer with the pitchfork. 4 is a chimney sweep. 5 is maid with broom. 6 is riding crop. And 7 is bishop. All right. Well, I have no idea if those clues will remain the same, but at least now we can compare it if we happen to get this room again, and that'll tell us a lot. So with that, I assume that I have no option left but to start a new day. Tomorrow you'll awake to find the rooms of the estate as well as your current inventory have been reset. Yep. Hello? There we go. Can't hit spacebar. Tried to hit spacebar. Didn't work. Save and continue. What do we got next? Okay, we got the same Roman numerals on the clock. I don't think those are connected, but they could be. Were the flowers non-binary flag colored before? I don't think they were. All right, we have more time to explore today, and we won't open with a stupid choice right off the bat. Bedroom. Okay, pictures have changed, so there is some element of change throughout each day, which is what I would assume. Still the greetings from Reddington postcard. Still the origami crane. And still the picture, but a few little changes here and there. Would send us back. None of these are great. Don't see anything here. All right. Parlor, that's turning in the direction we want to go. Ooh, hello. The box that claims to be black has the gems. This box is the blue box. This box is the black box. Do we trust that all of them are telling the truth, though? Let's see if this tells us. Masquerade. Dun, 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 dun. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it has been quite a while since we had seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wits had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included in this letter all the details you'll need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. As always, your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. So one is lying, one is truth, and one we aren't sure if it's telling the truth or lying. Which is interesting. So that would mean if we assume this one's telling the truth, that the box that claims to be black has the gems, then we immediately have a 50-50 chance that this one is lying. Actually, like a 75% chance that this one's lying. Because it's a 50% chance that it's the always liar, and then maybe a 50% chance that it's the never liar. If we assume that this one is the one telling the truth, then we don't really know a lot else, because this one could be true or false, and this one could be true or false. If we assume this one's telling the truth, We assume this one's telling the truth, then it's very liable that either of these is lying. Let's see if what happens if we assume one is lying. If this one is lying, then it's not in the black box. Then it's very likely that the other 2 are telling the truth if we assume that one. And suddenly it becomes very likely that it's in this one. If we assume this one is the one that's lying, this is not the blue box. Again, we're kind of stuck in a weird place. And if we assume this one is the one that, assume this one's the one that's lying, both of these become likely. I'm going to guess this one for the sake of time. Nope. We'll get better at it. I could have sat there forever trying to logic it out, and I probably would have come to a good answer, but that wasn't the whole purpose. What does always left unlocked mean? What happens if we don't have a tithe to give to the chapel? Those look the same, so that's good to know. See if we can start heading back towards... Ooh, that's a really good angle for us. So where do we go from... we're out, but this has a breaker box, which is interesting. We'll keep getting these, though, I assume, since we're, like, slowly working our way through what collection we have. So I want to keep my paths and options open for the time being. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. Okay. So assuming that we're headed north, we would be in the West Wing. Oh, the West Wing of this hallway. I bet we have to have a compass. I bet a compass would be helpful for us to figure out which way is west. That seems likely. Assuming that we're headed north on the map, which I think is a foolish assumption, but we'll go with it because we have nothing else to go off of. We will try heading to the east then. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting in this room. The den gives us a good set of options. Jammy. This is really interesting. Huh. Wonder if there's a key hidden for that somewhere. I want to see if I can happen to get like a closet or something here so that I can have it safely outside the room. Guest bedroom, 10 steps. That'd be nice. Or closet, 2 items. Either of those is great. I'm going to go closet. Key, gem. Not the most exciting 2 items, but anything else in here? What a cool concept. I feel like I'm already missing so much, which is great. So let's test this out. Does this cost me a gem right now since it says gem requirement? Yes. And then because it's the commissary, it gives me items. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found in security, where the punch clock is used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions, concerns regarding this process should be directed as always to the house manager, Mrs. Babbage. That's an interesting name. Babbage is most famously a last name associated with an early electronics and robotics person. So that makes it interesting that it's being tied to switching to an electronic roll call. We also cannot read this termination password right now. Will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for inconvenience. Weird little detail. Okay. Annual Maid's Day sale, 2 days only. All items 50% off on days 20 and 21. Weird. What do we got? We can buy a gem, 1 gem for 3, salt shaker, sledgehammer, and metal detector. The only thing we can afford currently is a gem, and I don't think I need that as badly. What interesting details about the days that are specifically going to be used. There's our first locked door. Okay. I can see how this is going to get tough. Let's use our last gem to build security. Hello. Wasn't expecting that. Nice framing. Good shot composition. Very noir-esque. Why is this important, though? Other than, damn, those are pretty shots. So how does this work if there are employees? If there are employees working here, do they get the same layout every day? Like, not every day, but do all of them get the same layout on the same day? Or is it just everyone wandering and teleporting through rooms? Poke. Poke. Meeson a beam. Blue memos are true. Red memos are lies. Oh. Okay, so wait a second. That means that back here... We'll look at those too. Ooh, coffee. I hate coffee. This memo is false. It will not be closed the 12th to the 16th. That's the same thing there. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Okay, so we need to find access levers or we can't even get into there. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as redundant security measure, normal doors on the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay. We're learning. Wait a second. It's going to waste steps, but now I'm curious. If I go back... Here, this was a red memo, so doors in the west wing are less likely to be locked. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. Again, I wonder if that sticks in each run or if that changes in each run, and you have to sort of be aware that it might change on you. Locked and I don't have a key. That's very unfortunate. The boudoir. A walk-in closet. Or the lavatory. I don't have any gems, so I don't think I can. Okay. Well, boudoir will also close us off, so let's use the lavatory going the wrong way anyway, and we'll just have to... I mean, it's not like, again, we're not going to win in our first few attempts, but... Okay. We can go and either try and find a key to move forward, or we can just start forming a separate path. Oh god, it's getting very gemmy. Okay, so we can't back out now, so we have to do this. Okay, I'm starting to see how the game works. I'm starting to see where the challenge is in navigating the house. This is cool. It takes a second to get accustomed to, but it's very cool. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles, and I appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. Okay, so whatever the darts game is, we don't need to know how to play darts, which is actually a bit of a downside for me because my family owns a dartboard, and I know how to play. I'm not good. I don't practice ever, but we own one, and I do know several variation of dart games, so that doesn't help me much. I'll have to really break out the logic knowledge when I approach that one next time rather than... Okay. So this is pretty much blocked off anyway. So we can probably see if we can get like a... Yeah, something like a storeroom here. The Rumpus Room! Coin. Oh, rocking chair. Rocking horse. Chairing horse. Horsing rock. Half-Life 2. Alright, so this is sort of our last path other than getting a key. Let's form this one out since we're down here without having to run through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rooms of steps to get towards the antechamber. Let's see if we can make anything interesting or worthwhile here. Floor plan, bunk room. This room counts as 2 bedrooms. What does that mean? That you get 4 when you walk in? Or... I want the 4 items for my 1 gem. Keys to the car? I haven't seen a car outside, so maybe there's a garage room. Coupon discount. Save 1 on each purchase you make. Ooh, nice. A lot of women's clothes in the closet. Okay, and this is the men's side. Sort of. That's also a purse. So, yeah, there was a mention of a wife, your grandmother or whatever. Okay, different cuts of gems still count as gems. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so now we use the little regain of energy off of that to progress forward. We've sealed off a lot of our other paths. Ow, my coin. But we are able to unlock our last path forward here out of the security room. Oh, I meant to interact with this. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. View estate inventory. Following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. So I've got everything that I've picked up, that I could have picked up from those things. I do not have a key card. Security doors are doors with the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic key card. The key card system is currently operational. Huh. Can I just turn them off? The amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. You should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting and 5 and 6 with a high setting. This mode determines the default setting for security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked if any staff are working in the estate. So we should be able to turn off the power to unlock those locked doors now. Wow, that's an interesting mechanic. Okay. So it would cost a gem to get the kitchen, but I could get food for sale. I could get another unlock for the Nook, or we could do the corridor and just get really close and not have to worry about a locked door. I'm going to do the Nook first, get an extra key. Journey noteworthy. As you continue your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes. We already got that one. Okay, yeah. Very cool. This is fun. And, like, there's definitely, like, 4 floors of this, and we're not going to solve the first floor in this video, probably. I'm very curious about the breaker box. It would not help me in this moment. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. Okay, so that matters to that counts as 2 bedrooms thing. If you have a nursery on the floor plan, and then you get the bunk bed, you get 2 sets of 5. That's okay. It's engine building. It's also engine building in addition to being just maze construction. God, this is a really clever idea. Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. Can I check my rank? It's in the bottom corner. So if I can get to rank 8, then there will be food here. Really weird. Wow, what a rad concept. All right, so we want to save this path and see if we can happen to get clear straight to the antechamber, though we're absolutely not going to be able to. So as long as I look around, I don't see any keys or anything around. Okay, let's try and go this way first. I hate that. It cost my last 2 gems, but we could get a passageway that gives us a lot of paths. I think I'm going to do that. Ooh, that's really claustrophobic. I didn't expect it to be like an unfinished passageway. That one's locked. That one's not locked. The only option we have here is the dark room. We will explore that in a second. That one's locked. Was this one locked? Yes, okay. So we really need keys. Nice effect. So we can't... The thing was, you can't see the floor plans. So I think that means that, like... Well, I mean, we'll test right here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. We ended up with a workshop. Combine inventory items to create new items. Whoa. Sledgehammer can shatter padlocks or locks on trunks. Okay. Oh, that's... I don't have my phone on me. That's going to for sure be a picture. Stone cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. Okay. So, yeah, that's for sure a musical puzzle dealing with the slabs of stone because we've got an E there. So we might, in a piano room, need to play music based off of the stone cuts we've found or something. The true box does not always contain the prize. Yeah, I got that. I understand that your goal is not to figure out which one is telling the truth. Your goal is to use the one that's telling the truth to solve the thing. But it's good for people who might be less used to that. I only have the sledgehammer, so I can't combine it with anything. I really would love to combine my sledgehammer with my metal detector and just smash it to pieces. Okay. Billiards room. Let's figure out this dart puzzle. We heard it's mathematically inclined. Is this door locked? Yes. That's bad. That doesn't leave us with any path if we don't find a key here, I don't think. think those were both locked. I think that was locked. Yeah, so hopefully this puzzle gives us a key and we solve it correctly. Seven is blue. Eight and 12. Okay. All right, so that tells us something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That makes sense. So if this is 7... Nope. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it just addition? Is it just 8 plus 12 is 20? 20 plus this. Or maybe minus this? Does this make it minus 17? That would be 2. Okay, so blue is positive, yellow is negative. Is pink multiply? Is this 20? Okay, now it's a question of PEMDAS and GEMDAS. Are we doing, what order of operands are we dealing with? I'm going to assume we do pluses and minuses first and then multiply by 3. So that'd be 4, 15 minus 11, 4 times 3 is 12. Yes! No! Okay, I think I'll head for security and see if I missed one somewhere. Not that I'll have many steps left, even if that works. Pretty good run. Pretty good run. This is cool. Oh, that's weird that it does. That's good programming. I like that. You can see yourself. Yep, no missing keys. We are, in fact, retired as of this very moment. Call it a day. Call it. I'm going to have to trim some of this out because it's a little slower, so let's make one-ish more attempt. Actually, no, I kind of don't have time today, so I will end it there. If you guys liked this, if you found it fun and interesting, first off, the game just came out, and you can purchase it. Also, let me know if you'd like to watch me play more of this. I'm definitely more interested in playing it, but I don't know how good of a channel game it would be. So let me know with your likes, your comments, your subscribes, if you would like to see more of this. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!